Can you summarize and share any other thoughts you have of people to take their lifestyle to the next level? Okay. And then I have you want to name yourself in the field of investment. And then there is a question on what's the minimum amount I can start from today. Also, what it takes if I need to have you as my advisor. Okay. So the second question that you have asked is very easy. What is it that you need to have me? You just need to call me and I'll be happy to help you. And then what is the minimum amount you have to start from today? As low as 500 rupees per month is a good amount. And I am sure every one of you can afford it. See, I will tell you something very, very interesting. I have my driver who has been working with me for 11 years now, close to 11 years. So even when the children were small, he used to drive for us. And I have a lot of respect for him because he is a person with so much of integrity. But there's only one level of salary I can pay him. Beyond that, he becomes even more costlier than my officers. So what I started doing for him is to start investing 2,000 rupees in his name in one of the SIPs. Now, if this boy decides to stay with me till he's 58, the day he retires, he will have 2.5 crores in hand. Now, why am I saying this? Don't underestimate the power of compounding. That is the eighth wonder of the world. So, don't think what can 500 rupees do to you. Investment is an intent. It's never the question of money. It's always an intent. Okay, so if you put your intent right, and you have the discipline to pursue it, and you also have the ability to monitor it, and then have the conviction of belief and leave it with little bit patience, it will give you a lot of results. So then the next question was, you already have quoted Warren Buffett, an Indian name who want. See, there are so many people who have excelled from the wisdom of good financial practices. Don't take anyone who is visible. Your own grandfather or your uncle would have followed these principles and done very well in their life. So there are so many people who came from ordinary background, did consistent work, and have got extraordinary results coming their way. So I wouldn't take the name and then make it like a heroic affair. But I know so many people in my from my own customers who have really gone on to be healthy, but you can do it. Instead of trying to follow someone, I think, why don't you become the role model that people can look up to? Okay. So most of this wisdom that I have taught you today is already available in the public domain. But have you ever noticed why, in spite of this knowledge being available in public domain, not many people become rich? It is because they don't take action on that. So you can also decide saying that this was a good session, it was nice, and he's answered my questions, and then close your laptop and watch your TV and finish it. Or you can take an action today, and then you can go on to become very rich. Now, Hari, coming to your question of can you summarize and share your thought on how people can take their lifestyle to the next level? Okay, here, Hari, I would just say it's a very big thing, but if you want me to crystallize into a few points, then I would say that first, put your right thoughts. If you want to reach the destination, if you want to pursue and reach your goals, you have to put the right thoughts. Okay, it starts from thinking about it every day. If you have a vision board, write about a vision board. Otherwise, just put your thoughts. Most of the wealth is created between the 2 years. Okay? So you create your right thoughts. Surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. Okay, and that's the whole good. Cut off. Okay, there is an age in your life when you take to drinking, you take to smoking. I am not here to preach whether it is good or bad. But if it's a wasteful expenditure, please cut the wasteful expenditure. Then close all your loans. Okay? Because you don't want compounding to be working for banks. You want compounding to be working for you. So close all your loans. And fifth, most importantly, live within your means. And always set aside a small portion of your income for your tomorrow. There's a concept called pay yourself first. See, there was a study that was done by a very famous university on a group of students who came from the same neighborhood. Okay, and they found that some of them were very successful and some of them were not very successful. But when they did this, the funny thing that came about was that the people who were successful all had one big habit, and the people who had successful, they also had one big habit. Unsuccessful, they also had a very big habit. The people who were unsuccessful all had one habit, saying that savings is the money that is left out after spending. And the people who are financially successful had a habit, spending is the money that is left out after saving. Okay, so it's the same amount of income they were getting, but one set of people put their own needs first. So they said, I'm going to keep 1,000 rupees for retirement, 1,000 rupees for my children, and the balance money is what is available for spending. The unsuccessful people finished off all their expenses, and what was left out they thought was available for investing, and even that amount never went for investment. So it's always about what kind of thoughts you attract, and it's always about what kind of inspiration you draw from your people around you. And that's why it's very important you surround yourself with people who are smarter than you, who are more mature than you, and who also have your own interest in mind. Okay, either you can hire them or you can attach yourself to them. And very thoughtful. What's the secret behind it? Oh, what's the secret behind? Okay, that's one person who was asked, what is the secret behind naming PurplePond? Okay, I don't know whether I'm a storyteller, but there's a story to it, and I want you to know. So I come from Tanjore district. The beauty of Tanjore district, actually, a lot of people think it's the granary of South. But the beauty of Tanjore districts are ponds. There's a pond behind everyone's house, right? Or there's a pond and there are houses all around it. So the activity of a village starts quite early. The men of the home, they get up at 4:30. They go take bath and then they go to their fields. Then they come back at maybe just before breakfast, wash their feet, have breakfast, go back to field again. The women folk, after everything, they come wash their vessels and then go back for preparing lunch. And then after lunch, this man comes back, he has his lunch, takes a small nap, then washes his feet and goes back to field again. The woman comes, takes bath, washes their clothes, dries them, goes back to cooking the dinner. And then that's, what happens after dinner, we will leave it to their home. But the point is, the whole day's activity is usually around the pond. The pond also is used for washing the cows. But very importantly, during this time, see, this year we have a lot of water in Mettur, so water was opened on June 12th. So just before, paddy, they first, sow the seeds, and then the paddy is transplanted to a larger field. So to sow the seeds, the water from the pond is pumped out to small fields, and that is where the first set of sowing happens. So the pond kind of acts as the central nerve system of the entire village. And it very much signifies what is financial planning. It stores water during the period of abundance and uses water during the period of lean period. So there are also fishes grown there, and that is tended and people take bath. And by June 12th, when the transplantation is ready, water comes in canals and the pond gets filled up. Beautiful childhood memories which revolve around. And pond kind of signifies what is financial planning. Store when God gives you abundantly and use it when there is a lean period. Purple is the color of royalty. Purple is also the color of financial wealth. So purple and pond kind of matches. So that's the long story short. So I hope you guys like the name PurplePond. A lot of people say they like it. So thank you for asking this question. I don't know who is this person called Main Rust. So, but anyway, he's asking a lot of questions, and happy is asking those questions. Yes, Hari. Okay, fantastic people. Any questions? I think. Okay. Thank you so much, Ishwar sir, for sharing. Thank you, Hari. I have to thank you that in spite of technical glitches, we have the typical Indian jugaad mentality to fix things and still make it work, right? So that's so beautiful part of being an Indian, right? Even technological glitches can't slow us down. So I have Facebook on one side, I'm reading questions from that. I have your Zoom from where the chat, I take some questions. Hope we have been able to manage it. It may not be the perfect thing, but I hope that it added value to people.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Hari. I can't hear what you say, but thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.